Hello pedestrians, it's April 19th. This video is going to be a short one because I don't have very much time, but I had a good friend, Mark, who came over and we were going through all of my fig cuttings and determining which ones were toast, which ones were good. And this is basically the consistency of most of the moisture in some of these pots. And you can see that it's really not wet. When I squeeze it, it still falls apart. So it's not wet enough. And then there are parts down here that were more dry. So in terms of soil, he said that I am not watering enough, which is probably true. Every fig tree that I had received or purchased from people, the moisture in the soil looked wet to me. So I was afraid of overwatering these, but came to find out that I'm not actually watering enough. So what I'm doing is the short part. All of these, they have roots in them. They don't look alive at the top, but I'm just going to continue to water them until I get some growth off to the side. And there's another one that is a good example that I'll show you in a little bit. But most of these varieties are very dormant. They are not requiring a lot of moisture. This is just a fig start. It had one node that looked like it was still good, so I put it in the ground, gonna see if I can make it grow. But some of these varieties are just holding on. I noticed, not from this side, but if I go to this other side, over here, this is now in the afternoon. It's around 2 o'clock, so I'm getting shade over here. But you can see on some of these plants that I lost a lot of leaves. There were leaves all over this, and we had a nice little warm heat wave. I wasn't watering I was watering once a week maybe, and these were very, very light, and they started to look like this, which is, I'm pretty sure, a sign of sunburn and not watering enough. They look very, very dry. So now I'm going to water it because of the type of soil that I have in here. I'm going to water these things every other day, and I'm going to basically soak them. He said that this is a really good draining soil, and I wouldn't necessarily need to worry about overwatering. And that's the thing that I have been worried about, is overwatering and killing these, but they're dying anyways. So what do I have to lose by watering them more than I think they need to be watered? A couple of, like my Smith fig, I think it's toast. It might have died because I didn't water it enough. There are other varieties that are really having a hard time. These that I up-potted, they're also having a hard time. But if I go into the soil and I squeeze it, there's no moisture that's coming out of it at all. So I hope they'll hold on and they'll keep growing. But we'll see. So these that I've up-potted, I might have killed these because I didn't water them enough. And these are the ones that I started mostly in January. And the more established fruit trees that I've planted in the hillside, which is going to be in a different video, or I have in the orchard, I'm testing them out to see if it's a variety that I want to plant in the ground. But all of these are just the starts, trying to figure out what is going to work and what's not going to work. Oh no, I think that might be toast. Shiitake mushrooms, dang it. All right, I'll have to look at that later. And look at this one, partridge eye. It's grown pretty darn good. You know, look at how dry it looks, but then half an inch under, it's nice and moist. Under there, not wet at all, so I could probably water that again. Oh, it's getting windy. Okay, going over to the next section. Over here, I have these covered also, and these are the ones that I'm bottom watering. Look at the green growth on that. Yes. These I up-potted from the fig pops and up-potted into here, and maybe you can see, no, you can't see any of the water down towards the bottom. So they're growing a little bit. Some of these are still holding on, but I'm gonna water these every other day, see if I can get some better growth. Look at the growth on some of these. A couple of them are not doing so hot. And then over here, Last one. So we're growing. That's what I want to see. You see that over in the corner there? How it's growth that's coming from underneath the soil. That's why I keep watering some of these, because I want to see more of that. If they're alive and viable and I can get that to happen, that's what I want. So I don't want to give up on these too early. I guess I am underwatering most of these things and they're barely surviving. So I need to water them more and fertilize them. And I have a hard time fertilizing things. So let me know if you really do think that I should water them every other day. We are hitting temperatures of 80 some degrees. At night it's about 50 degrees. So I don't think it's too much of a problem. They're out of direct sun with these covers, and it does get pretty warm. But I don't know if I can overwater them with this good training soil. I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below if you have seen that you've killed cuttings because you overwatered them, and then what type of media you put in there. Because I'm convinced that I'm killing these because I'm underwatering them. All right, hope that helps. Thank you very much for your time. Have an excellent day.